Ryan Newman tried, and he finally dumped David Gilliland. Newman had hit him about 3 times before, and that was the charm out of turn 2.
But look who paid as big a price as Ryan Newman in the 39.
I'm not sure this fight's over with.
This went on for 3 straight laps. Newman trying to get by with the bumper. And Gilliland ended up.
What's the guy coming out of this 38 car? I think he might be a little ticked.
Would not be the least bit surprised.
He's trying to get out of his car. I know that.
Well, I know who I would be ticked at if I was in that 39 crew and he's getting out of the race car and he's going to go over and confront Mr. Newman.
We'll have to talk to the drivers to find out what happened, but from our point of view, that was uncalled for.
Well, if you're Ryan Newman's team, you've got a destroyed race car. That's what makes no sense.
Look at the destruction.
We heard Ricky just say he got loose.
Wow, that thing is.
May have been a situation where he got loose, overcorrected, and then shot that thing into the wall head on.
That truck is destroyed.
You see him, he's in between 2 trucks, and he does get sideways and then overcorrects it. And man, did that truck hit the wall hard.
You talked about it. You're going 160, 170 miles an hour when you get into the turn.
Yeah, but you know,
and that's a hard right turn.
You just don't see wrecks that hard very often. I mean, that truck clobbered the outside wall, and he shot up there at just such an extreme angle, Phil.
Almost perpendicular to the outside wall.
Head on.
Here's Todd. He's right behind. You see Ricky get sideways and then overcorrects. Yeah, no contact from any other vehicle.
It's just loose.
And look at all the debris, as you mentioned.
Who's this white truck coming here in a minute?
Side by side down the back stretch, going to turn 3. Oh! Contacted Gregson into the wall hard.
You're right, Noah.
Got to the outside. He said, I'm taking this exit, and Johnny ran into the wall trying to make the pass, and then right there, just too aggressive, too high, getting in the corner. Johnny tried to turn in, and Noah was just out of shape. He's out of position as he approached the corner. See how late he tries to make that move right there. And
yeah, Johnny was just driving straight down the straightaway. He hadn't turned into Noah or anything like that. Hard contact, though, with a safer barrier.
You know what this gets us, Phil? A chance to do it all over again.
Yeah, a little bit of overtime action.
My opening comments about this race is who would prevail, the youth or the experience?
Coming back to the white, still down there, still down there.
I wonder with...
He's spun out, he got a flat tire from hitting you. Caution is out. We'll have to do an overtime stop.
I'm going to say, Johnny Sauter was not going to give Noah Gregson, wow, that was a big hit. I don't think Sauter was going to give Gregson any room after the
42 of Justin Marks, and the caution comes out once again.
19 was trying to go to the bottom, and Marks was going to the bottom, and 19 just needed to check up just a little bit and give him some room, and then he got the car overcorrected and hard impacted the wall.
Huge impact.
Yeah, it is. You see how easy it is when that car starts to spin. You want to turn the wheel to the right to keep it from spinning, but if you turn too much wheel to the right, it hangs a right and it makes heavy head-on contact.
Take another look. 3,400 pounds of race car off the ground after slamming into the wall. Green flag.
Whoa!
No! Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front straightaway.
No, man! You are kidding me?
Look at who came out front, though, on the back straightaway. Matt Kenseth and Larson.
And Kyle Larson.
Gosh.
There are just no words to describe what just happened.
The 48 couldn't go, and he just backed everybody
I
up.
think he spun the tires. It looked to me like either something broke or he didn't get it into third gear.
Now here comes Carl back on the low side. Carl slipped a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now he gets it. Joey's into the bar, and the car's upside down. On the side is quick.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it.
red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. Don't hit a stop on the back.
They are stopping everyone on the backstretch.
Something. I just in the throttle. He got loose. I touched him, guys.
There's what's left of Keselowski's car. Window net down. He's okay. There's Joey with his net.
Oh, got trouble getting in the free, guys.
Joey Logano.
Big crash.
Oh, he's all tied down. Over and over, Logano goes between 3 and 4. Oh. The car will come back to rest on all 4 tires.
Really just kind of a stack-up effect. Like was one of them got on the brakes and it's kind of forced. Yeah, look at Tony Stewart just missing this crash. Man, here's where it really gets exciting. Man.
We talked about that there's nowhere to go as you come off of these corners, and when something like this happens, you make a commitment, and you've got one opportunity really to miss this wreck. Tony Stewart did a great job. Some others got caught up in. Let's drive along with Tony Stewart here. See it develop right in front of him. He actually got into the back of the 20.
On the right coming up behind Edwards.
Yeah, he got a little loose.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think Carl got a little loose.
He was under the 41. That sucked him around just a tiny bit. The back end stepped out ever so slightly, and he had to check up, and the 42 just had momentum.
Yeah, he's sideways, and Larson's on the gas.
Now, wait a minute.
I mean, I understand Carl saying, hey, cut me a break. You know, he's saying, yeah, I got a little loose, and I need you to maybe check up a little bit. And he blocked him a little bit, too. He definitely ran a low line there.
Yeah.
Pow.
That is look at that safer bear. Look at, oh my gosh, how the car
vicious hit.
Back.
Mean.
I imagine that no matter how good a shape you're in, that would hurt.
It picks you up off the ground. You've had a hard hit. I don't know. I think I might, I thought Larson maybe had gotten into Carl and caused this, but I'm not attacked right there, and that's a no-no. Jeff Hammond just standing over there in that very spot saying, you got to really watch turn 2. It's treacherous. By golly, he was right.
Reagan gets by. Regan Smith spinning. Montoya down into the wall with Gilliland. And now watch this next group coming in. Here's where it starts. Remember, Jeff said these banks are self-cleaning. Everything slides to the bottom. But somebody turned Michael McDowell, and there's another pile of cars in it.
We talked about it before the race. Things just happen so fast here at this 1 mile racetrack.
You're coming out of that corner, Mike, at 150 miles an hour. And even when the spotter's hollering at you, way back there where you see that 78 car get sideways, you just can't slow down. Actually, it was Scott Speed's car.
Oh
man.
That's a crash.
There goes Brian Scott hard into the wall. Third caution of the day.
Get in under the 22.
Oh!
I seen it. Gonna be on the hood.
Wow. And you can see Blaney on the bottom. Gets a little bit loose on the exit. It gives Brian Scott the inside.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, but they made contact before they got to the corners. Like the 22 came down a little bit and got into the side of the 2, but that started for the 22 in turn 4 when he touched the apron. And when he touched the apron right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't really tell what looked like maybe the 22 just went to turn in the normal corner, and Brian was still going straight a bit.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the 22 came down and got into the side of the 2, and that just caused that whole mess.
Brian, you took a big hit by Jamie Dick out there, but it all started before that. What happened between you and Ryan Blaney?
Yeah, the 22 is kind of out of control, and he got real loose off of 4, so I got to run on his inside going into turn 1. And I feel like he just didn't give me any room. I feel like I went in there and he was stuck to my door, and it caused me to just suck around. Yeah, as soon as I tried to turn down in the corner, I was loose. Sucks. I guess it's a product of restarts here at Dover.